exciting day, yay. So this is kind of fun. Back in November, I backed a lovely oracle deck by the lovely Witch and Moon because I loved Maggie's beautiful, beautiful art. Stalking her for a while with that, right? So I finally came in the mail. I'm very excited. So this is kind of a first impressions unboxing type of video. So this is the traditional Witches Oracle deck. It'll be my first Oracle deck that I've ever had. So I'm interested to see working with an Oracle deck and that type of deal. And I like the fact that, of course, supporting another witch. I was the highest tier on the Kickstarter. I was like, no, take my money, that's great. So it comes with is the Oracle deck, and then we have the actual guidebook, which is written by Keldon and then illustrated by Maggie L. Ram. And a couple of other things came in here as well. So we have Hedge Witch incense that came in as well with my backing. And see, this looks to be a little card in here, and I know there came some prints. So we have little description sheet, and then oh, look at this, beautiful, beautiful, beautiful. I love having like witch art of other witches that like I'll be able to hang in my new apartment. Like I'm really excited to be able to put this up somewhere and like to see it every single day. So we have a hare, a crow or a raven, a frog, and a snake. Very interesting. I'm also interested to see what exactly the guidebook goes into. So we have the table of contents. Introduction. Welcome, reader, to the Traditional Witches deck. Here you will find a divination system composed of 28 cards. Each card in the deck is a unique story to tell, one that is steeped in history, folklore of witchcraft. As you work with these cards, pay careful attention because they not only have the ability to divine the future, but also convey important lessons on the practices of traditional witchcraft. And then it has just like little descriptions about each one. So we've got the Witch Father. Seems to be... Okay, so they do include reversals on here as well, which will be interesting to play with. Because I'm always interested when the creator of a deck, whether they believe in a reversal or not. I've been playing for a long while with not doing reversals for the past few months, but I've been more basically going with what the creator of the deck was envisioning when I pick up a deck. So if I feel the need to pick up the Wild Unknown Tarot, the Wild Unknown Tarot does not do reversals, I believe, is the artist's intention. Whereas like the Rider-Waite, I definitely would do it. So we have like ancestors, the crow, serpent, and there seems to be like a little black and white rendering of each of the cards on here as well. I like that there's a whole like page and about 2 pages worth of description and talking about different stuff. That's always fantastic. Because I don't know, sometimes you get like just like a line, and that's fine. Like I'll just put more of my own intention onto certain things. But I like having a little bit more, especially with something new like Oracle deck, since I've never played with an Oracle deck before. Alright, let's open the actual deck. What do you think? Meow, you like it too? Ooh. So they definitely got a nice gloss to them. That's the back of each of these. Very pretty. We have the Witch Mother. Ooh, these are gorgeous. I love the ink washes. Mixing with like very firm lines. Like, I don't know, it feels a little... Like, there's something about like the combination of like firm lines mixed in with like more dream-like. I like how simplistic all of the imagery is too. Like there's not too much to look at overall, which will be nice for my first Oracle deck. Ooh, this one is very interesting. Initiation. These are gorgeous. The Holy Well, very interesting. Again, very simple imagery, but very, very nice. And the gloss of the cards is interesting. I don't normally like gloss on cards because they feel a little, I don't know, they might stick together, but no, these are like a good, I like the stock of the cards, and they shuffle relatively well as well. Because I don't know, I always feel like when I play with a glossier deck, then they stick together normally more, but this is, I'm having no issue. Favorite, I just saw the Ancestors one, that looks really nice. That's, ooh, Blasting Rod. That's got some oomph to it. Ah, Cauldron. Gotta love the Cauldron. So these are absolutely cool. Ooh, I think I see a Mandrake Root. Yes, I do. Flying Ointment, the Black Dog. Ooh, Hearth is gorgeous. Look at that. Ooh, I love the gray washes. Kind of gray blue in there. Very nice. Ooh, and Grimoire. Yes. Ooh, I love so many of these pieces. And there's definitely like some things in here where I don't use a broomstick in my craft, but it'll be interesting to use it as like an idea of a tool to focus on a meaning with. Saturation on some of these is just yes. All of the yes. Ooh, I cannot wait to play with this and actually like start doing a little bit of a daily draw with it as well. See what things can focus on. That'll be nice. Actually, let's do that right now. Sometimes I get very like wanting to connect with the deck before I use it, so I'll definitely put it underneath my pillow, or I'll just leave it on my altar for a good amount of time. Let's see, what am I going to get? Anyone else suddenly like feel into their deck and you're like, nope, it's somewhere in the middle, and I have to like pull it and find it, just like looking at the backs, and then I'm like, yep, that's it. Just intuition. Yeah, so it's this one. Alright, so for today I got the Holy Well. Very interesting. Let's see what the lovely book has to say about it. Back. In a remote countryside, a lone witch trekked along an off-beaten woodland path. She set out that morning on a journey to a local holy well, which was reputed to have great healing abilities. It is rumored that the well was actually a gateway to the other world, and that the prayers said there were more easily heard by the gods. Eventually she came upon a sacred site, a small circular pool of water surrounded by a stone wall. Sitting down next to the well, the witch got to work, following the ritual instructions that had been taught to her. From her basket she procured a strip of fabric that had come from her grandmother's dresses. She dipped the cloth in the cool well water, praying that her grandmother would soon regain her health. The witch walked over to a nearby tree and tied the cloth upon one of the low-hanging branches. In her heart she knew that as the fabric would decompose, so her grandmother's sickness would wane. Drawing this card indicates that you will soon recover from your ailments, whether they are physical, mental, emotional, or spiritual. Like the witch performing her healing ritual at the holy well, what actions can you take to speed your recovery? Which is very interesting, because I definitely have been doing a little bit of overthinking and doing stuff right, but whew. And I drew it upright, but it reversed would be, as she tied the cloth to the tree, the witch was careful not to accidentally brush against the fabric strips already hanging in the branches, for she knew that if she were to touch one, she would take on that person's illness. After securing the charm, she walked back to the well, pulled a jar of honey from her basket, pouring a generous amount upon the ground. She thanked the spirits of the well for their help. While sincere in her gratitude, the witch also knew that without being given proper offerings, the spirits were prone to either ignore a request for healing or make the illness worse. Drawing this card reversed suggests that you may soon become ill, likely due to being overworked or having a lack of self-care. Like the witch taking precautions at the well, what strategies can you employ to prevent the sickness and promote health? So I love that in the meaning there's like a little mini story that seems to come with each of them, kind of giving a more metaphorical meaning to it as well, that you can pull meaning from the story as well beyond what they have described in the book, which is really interesting. I like that a lot. So anyway, that is my first impressions of this deck. I cannot wait to kind of dig into it. It is my first Oracle deck, so using more traditional witch symbolism in that I think will work pretty well for me overall. If it is still for sale, I know she put it up on Etsy, so if it's still for sale, I'll leave a link below. If not, just go over to her lovely Instagram. I'll leave that below too. You can see other gorgeous images of these cards and this deck in full. And I make new videos twice a week, every Tuesday and Thursday. And there's a podcast that goes live every single Wednesday, although sometimes they don't because life is stressful, but most of the time they do. So I will see you guys next time. Bye-bye.